So yesterday, Phil Spencer, a big interview came out with him on the Xbox On channel. It was about a 25-minute interview. He talked about a lot of things. It was a really good interview in terms of, I feel like, the style that they went with. Phil Spencer just seemed very laid back. Seemed like he was just talking to a friend, and the way he just seemed really confident. And I thought it came over really, really well in terms of the viewer's perspective. Now, I don't actually think in this interview he revealed anything too new, stuff that he hasn't ever talked about it anymore. But a lot of people are going over some of the things that he said, specifically when it comes to Call of Duty's exclusivity, as well as why they made the purchase of Activision Blizzard. And there was some other stuff in there that was interesting. Like he said that there were going to be some more GoldenEye style announcements, but we'll go over some of the stuff that he said. First of all, when he talks about Activision's deal and Xbox's policy on exclusive games, and the fact that they purchased Activision Blizzard, they went for this deal, not because of Call of Duty specifically. It's something that he's mentioned multiple times throughout the year, I would say, since they announced this, but because of mobile and King and Call of Duty Immortal and Call of Duty Mobile, and getting access to that side of the industry, to that side of the gaming industry, where they are right now really have no presence. We've heard about them wanting to build out their own store, their own mobile app store to compete with Apple and Google. And Phil Spencer says this: mobile is the largest gaming platform on the planet. For us, the logic really started from how do we gain more capability on mobile, and we want to increase the places where people can play Call of Duty, kind of like Minecraft. Specifically, this was a question that was, how did you guys come to deciding to purchase Activision Blizzard, to make that bid for the company? And mobile was the thing that he focused on. Now, there was another interesting section about Starfield, and the interviewer had said that previously Phil Spencer had said that Starfield wouldn't be exclusive, which I can't recall any time that he ever said anything about Starfield not being exclusive. If you guys know where he said this, please point it out in the comments below. I would love to see that. But I don't remember. What I remember with the Bethesda acquisition was that they always said it was going to be a case-by-case basis, and that new content, new games were going to be exclusive to the Xbox platform, to the Xbox ecosystem, and old legacy content like Elder Scrolls Online, they were going to leave on those platforms and continue to provide updates to them and continue to provide them the same game that will be available on the Xbox platform. I don't ever recall him ever saying anything about Starfield being exclusive. In fact, even before the Bethesda acquisition, we were hearing talks of PlayStation was in talks with Bethesda to get exclusivity to Starfield before Xbox came in and bought the entire company. But he does say this. He says, I don't think I ever said that Starfield was not going to be exclusive to Xbox. And I agree with him there. I think that what I said is that we are going to take it on a case-by-case basis. We are not going to pull games that are on other platforms. Specifically, what I remember saying was the first time that we had Xbox and Bethesda together at that round table and they discussed what they were going to be doing with their games, was the case-by-case basis, and that the new content was going to be exclusive to anywhere that Xbox was. And then here, this is the part a lot of people are talking about, is his stance on Call of Duty. Now, this isn't new. He said this before. Xbox executives have tweeted this out, that Call of Duty is going to be the same across all platforms that it's going to be on if the deal goes through. Phil Spencer just says it again, and people are thinking this is some new information. But he says, when we say available everywhere or not exclusive, we want to make absolutely the best version of Call of Duty for any player on any of those platforms. He says, I sit here today with a great game that's come out in the last couple of weeks, Hogwarts Legacy. And yes, there is a quest that's available on PlayStation. It's not available on Xbox as a part of that. And I know this is a part of the industry. That's not the game we're trying to play here either. It's not about a skin on a gun. It's not about a certain kind of mode of the game. The same version of the game will be available on all platforms, which is really what we do today. Like, if you're a Minecraft player on PlayStation, I don't think you feel like you have the lesser version of Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons or Legends, which is coming out when it ships. We want to make sure those players feel like they have a great experience on the platform they choose to play on. And to me, that's great. I don't care what side of a gamer you're on, whether you're PlayStation or your Xbox, or you play on everything. Like, I play on everything, but obviously I prefer Xbox. It doesn't matter. This is better for gamers at the end of the day, that the same game releases on every single platform without content that is restricted because of some sort of marketing deal. We remember this with Call of Duty. This is what occurs right now because of the marketing deal with PlayStation, that there are all these exclusive benefits only for PlayStation players. And the fact that this game could potentially become a Xbox first party game if the deal goes through, and they are going to not do any of this, I think is a great thing for the industry and a great thing for gamers. And I would love to see more of this type of stuff. Get rid of this exclusive content between the different platforms for the exact same game. But again, this is nothing new. Xbox has reiterated this multiple times as they've been going through the process of trying to get this deal passed. Now, there was this here that I guess you could consider as something that we didn't fully know, but you would probably expect is going to continuously happen with Xbox and Xbox Game Pass with a subscription service. They want to get people's hype. They want to drop games that are unexpected so people can jump in and increase the user interactions and the user activity on Game Pass in times where maybe it's down, maybe there aren't big AAA releases coming for a couple of weeks. They do things like drop GoldenEye, which will get people's excitement up. And he says, he was asked about what's coming up. Is there anything that we should know about? And first of all, the showcase in June is their biggest showcase that is upcoming. It's around the corner. So obviously that's where their main focus is. But he says, so a lot of our focus right now is on the showcase in June, but there's some news that's coming out. Like we did the GoldenEye announcement. I'm thinking GoldenEye type announcements. So there will be games available in different services. So there you go. Expect some more unexpected game drops similar to GoldenEye, similar to Hi-Fi Rush, which I think is awesome. When they do these shadow drop style of stuff, although GoldenEye was rumored for a while, but when they do these drops of games that you don't know when they're coming out, even if they're in the rumors, and then they come out and say it's coming out next week or something, I think that just builds tons of excitement. And I think it's a good way to get people talking about Game Pass. And next on, he says here, obviously the Game Pass portfolio continues to grow, but most of our focus as a team is really on getting ready for the showcase. We've got Redfall coming, we've got Minecraft Legends coming, we've got Starfield coming, we've got Forza coming. So I love the fact that the portfolio is here and people are starting to play, and starting off the year with Hi-Fi Rush was so fantastic. The Xbox portfolio so far in 2023 has been incredible. On Game Pass, there's been just so many games to play, and not even just Game Pass, not even just Xbox, gaming in general so far in these first 2 months. We're March 1st, March 2nd now. It's been unreal. It's been so hard to keep up with anything. I've totally given up right now on trying to keep up with playing the latest and greatest game right when it comes out, because my backlog is continuing to grow. I only have a couple hours a night to be able to play when I can sit down and play on a certain game. So having to play through Hogwarts Legacy, Atomic Heart, playing through Fire Emblem Engage. We have Wolong coming out. Then there's going to be Starfield and Redfall, and then just everything else. It's just insane the amount of content that is coming out in 2023, and it's going to continue to get better as the year goes on. So lots to look forward from Xbox and from gaming in general. But I say that would maybe be the only thing here from that interview that you could take away as something sort of new to think about going forward, which would be GoldenEye style announcements. And then the next cool thing that happened in the Xbox world was that Aaron Greenberg and the Xbox team visited Kojima Productions. And Aaron Greenberg says this: our first visit to Kojima Productions with our Xbox Game Studios publishing teams, bringing engineering, cloud, marketing, and production teams together to kick off an exciting journey. You can see the pictures here. I mean, this studio is just like all white, or I guess this part of the studio that they are in. Great for pictures, and just it's an interesting place. Definitely looks like a Kojima studio based off of the aesthetic of it and everything. And they're working together with Xbox Games Publishing. This is going to be an exclusive Kojima game to the Xbox ecosystem, which you probably would have never thought was going to happen back in the Xbox One era, or even since Xbox started doing well with Game Pass and subscriptions. So it will be cool to see what happens. We know Kojima wanted to work with Xbox because of their cloud technology and them seeing that vision and him having the ability to create something probably massive. I think this is going to be a huge game in terms of scale, in terms of scope. I'm not the biggest Kojima fan in the world. I'm not insanely excited for what is to come, but I am interested in what he's going to be able to do with the cloud-based technology. So we'll see what happens. But it's cool that they visited. They're getting closer. He's wearing literally a sweater that says Xbox Games Publishing, and I'm sure this game has started in the concept and the development stages, and hopefully we hear something about this game in the near future. Maybe they went and met him to see what he had so far so that they could show it off at the showcase in June. So just some Xbox news I want to talk about here that I think in the last day or so has been interesting. Besides the Activision Blizzard stuff, But I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think about things that Phil Spencer talked about in that interview and Xbox visiting Kojima Productions. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.